And with David and myself today, we've got something a little bit different. This guy's name is Chris Silvester. He is a tattoo artist from Atomic Ink in Pontypool, and he is just about to change premises, and his new shop will be called 27 Tattoo Studio. I'm not sure if you're going to be opening a shop or is it going to be in your house, Chris?
Well, hopefully, I'm in the house at the moment, so I'm just waiting for health and safety to just tick me off. I paid all the licenses, so they just got to come in and check it all off, basically.
Have you given up your shop?
Not officially yet. I've got to give a month's notice or something. So I'm still working in the old shop. So when they give me the license, I'll be straight into the new shop.
So your shop was actually built into your house, is it?
Yeah, it will be, yeah. Oh, it is, sorry.
Okay.
It is.
It will be, yeah. At the moment, it's in the shed.
Driving around.
I've seen a few tattoo artists do that, actually. I know a guy that he gave up his shop, because I live in Holland, and there's a guy that gave up his shop, and he sort of moved everything into his house.
Yeah.
He obviously got signed off with health and safety and things, but it seems to be quite a popular way of doing it at the moment, I think. I mean, obviously it reduces your overheads by quite a lot. I don't know about over there, but over here you get certain tax breaks as well if you've got your company attached to your house.
I haven't looked into it that far yet. I just want to move into my house, but that will be something I'll have to speak to my accountant.
Because over here, if you go out into the sticks and places, you'll see a house, and then it's got a massive factory built onto the back of the house.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not sure if it's changed in recent years, but going back for sure 20 years ago, if you had your house built onto your company, you get all sorts of tax advantages.
All right.
But it could be worth looking into.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what got you into tattooing? And obviously, I know you started your career as a school teacher.
Yeah, I was a maths teacher for about 7 years. Did really well. I was in a school in Newport. I won't name names just in case. I don't want to drop any names and come across but then I got headhunted to go to a school up in the valleys, and unfortunately I suffered quite badly with some mental health issues. I'm quite open and honest. I tell it to a lot of my customers that I saw a train and I wanted to drive into it, to be fair. And I just kind of stopped and went, right, 2 kids at home, sort yourself out, let's go home and see a doctor and get your head set. And then so I did a bit of research, and I found that drawing and painting is kind of one way to relieve or just to distract you from anxiety and a bit of depression, and kind of got pretty good at it. I found out that I was quite good at it, so I got a little apprenticeship, and 7 years later here I am, got my own studio and doing really well, actually, so touch wood.
I thought it was only me that wanted to drive into things, to be honest. Because I always have these weird things about driving into oncoming traffic and fucking whatever.
No, it was quite bad at the time. I literally didn't leave the house, I think, for about 3-4 months. It was really bad. I was really low at the time. So, but managed to sort myself out, see doctors, speak to specialists, painting and drawing sort of really helped. And then slowly, tattooing has been a really good way of me to sort my anxiety and my depression out at the time. And now I'm in such a good position that I talk to a lot of other people about it now and get them to open up. I don't get them. They just open up and we just talk random stuff. So,
do you find it easier when you're sticking a needle into somebody?
Yeah, I kind of, if they annoy me, I'll kind of go, I'm the one holding the needle here. I got a Man United fan or a Man City fan in the chair.
I thought we mentioned bloody football, didn't I?
But
I just stick out in there somewhere,
Yeah, but on a serious note, I mean, when you're tattooing somebody, it's quite an intimate experience, not only for yourself, because you're drawing blood, and
you don't see. Sorry.
Well, you do draw blood,
Yeah.
And it's classed as blood work, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why you got to have all the health and safety.
Exactly, So it's quite an intimate experience, between you and your canvas, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot. I find, when I was getting tattooed and stuff, yeah, you just talk about all sorts of random stuff, don't you?
No.
And you can develop quite a decent relationship with your tattoo artist, I feel.
Yeah, I've got some really good friendships and bonds from clients. You know, a lot of them have turned into really close friends, even just over the last sort of 4 or 5 years, really. You know, become even closer to a lot of them. And we've become really good friends. And actually going to a gig in September. I can't remember what they're called. Is it 3 Seconds to Summer or something like that? 3 Days of Summer?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
five seconds
No.
of summer.
It's not that. I'll tell you now. It's in
They're really
September.
massive.
I don't think it's a massive one.
5 SOS.
5 days grace. 3 days grace. There you go.
Oh, they're rubbish. They are. You want to go see 5 Seconds of Summer instead?
But no, it's just, you know, they suffer quite badly with anxiety, depression and stuff. We built up a really good sort of bond, and they were like, I'm going to this gig on my own. I'm nervous. I said, oh, you know, I'll come with you.
Okay.
So, you know, just like I said, it is quite intimate. It is, you know, they do open up. A lot of people open up, almost not too much, but they get it off their chest sometimes. Even if, you know, I'll forget the time I've left the room sometimes what they've spoken about. But you know, it's good for them as much as me as well. So.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah. It's because you've had the problems with yourself in the past.
Yeah, but touch wood, the last sort of four years is I've been really good. 4 or 5 years, you know. I haven't suffered any bad cases. I did have a bit of a downer a couple of months ago. No, not a couple of months, a couple of weeks ago. I lost my dad last year.
Okay.
And it was his first birthday since we lost him.
Oh, right, yeah.
That kind of hit me quite hard, so...
Yeah, do you know what it is? I'm the same, to be honest. I mean, I lost my mum 20-odd years ago now.
Yeah.
But it's always her birthday that affects me more than... You know, obviously I get a bit morose around the time that she died.
Yeah.
But her birthday affects me more than the death day, if you like.
Yeah, I was. I'm not saying I was okay on the funeral or whatever, but yeah, it was. I was strong because my brother and sister, and my mum, just were sort of gone and stuff. So I was trying to be the big brother and usher people here, there, and everywhere. And you know, my brother and sister did an amazing job. You know, just for helping out and doing all the bits and bobs that you know as a family should do. And then I ran 40 miles 3 days after his funeral and properly broke down at the end of that. And then I was fine until, like I said, about 2 weeks ago, I went again.
Yeah.
So,
it's tough, man. It's it's something that you never get over. This is what I mean. A friend of mine told me a long time ago because they lost their mother young as well, and they said you'll never get over it. You only get used to it, you know.
I'm young, thanks. I love that
one. No, well, you know, yeah. So it's just one of them things. It's like you just got to get used to it. It's, like I said, you know.
I know my dad would be up there going, shut up and get on with it. I'm safe now. I'm fine. He had dementia, and I think the nicest thing was that me, my brother, my sister, my mum all saw him 3 weeks leading up to his passing.
Yeah.
So it was quite a nice thing that I saw him, that my sister saw him, that my brother saw him, and my mum saw him, and then he passed the week after. So
yeah.
You know, as Dave knows, you know my brothers, don't you? Dave?
Yeah.
Well, you know he's a bit of a dick. We were just messing around and stuff like that. Like, you know, I was on holiday in Dorset. My brother lives in Scotland, and my sister lives in Basingstoke. And we had a phone call like 7 a.m. So we got across there. My brother was due to come down from Scotland a week after he passed away.
Yeah.
And we just both turned up and went, oh, for fuck's sake, Dad. He's obviously dead in the bed. We just turned up and went, for fuck's sake, Dad. Can I wait 1 more week?
Yeah.
You know, I was coming down next week. I was on holiday, you know, and my mum was laughing. So we just trying to have a bit of a joke and a laugh. And so my dad would have wanted, he wouldn't want us to, you know, be sad and obviously we weren't. But, you know, like you said, just got to get on with it and try and just remember the good times and move onwards. So sorry to be a bit morbid now in the last couple of minutes.
That's all right.
This is what happens in my tattoo studio. Everyone just talks, tangents all over the place. Well,
it's, you know, I mean, David and myself, we both struggle a bit with our mental health, and I mean, I've been struggling the last couple of days. I haven't really said anything too much about it, but I've been very anxious for the last few days. I liken it to taking drugs. to be honest, because I have these really mad anxiety moments, if you like, or days, and I'm really anxious for like 2 or 3 days, and it's like being high almost, and then comes the crash, and then you hit that depression, and it's like, and I've had this pain in my neck now for fucking 2 or 3 days, I think, and it's just tension, I think, but it's fucking pissing me off, man. It's like, and as the day goes on, it's just it's throbbing and throbbing.
Yeah.
I put a post up on Steve Catt's page, actually. Steve Catt is a musician. He's in a band called what are they called, Dave? Last of 3 Minute Heroes?
Misfits.
Last of the 3 Minute Misfits? That doesn't sound right.
No, it's not 3 minutes.
It's
nothing to do with minutes or seconds or hours.
Last of the Misfit Heroes.
Yeah,
That's
Misfits.
it. I can't fucking remember.
Yeah.
And he put a post up because he's we interviewed him a long time ago. He's in this band and he had a real proper burnout, if you like, for want of a better word. And he was in a really bad place for quite a long time. He put a post up the other day saying, if anybody needs a chat or whatever, I'm always here. And so I just stuck it on. I put a post and said, look, fucking hell. The anxiety got me, and then I'm on a downer,
Yeah.
It's just got that weird connotation of like being high on drugs, and then once that depression comes in, it's just like, fucking hell, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're down there, and it's like, but yeah,
I read
it's struggling on my neck.
I read a book about 3 years ago I think it's called Dare, and the guy talks about anxiety and depression, and there's like 4 stages, and the first stage is just like this: just don't fight the anxiety.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, ride and away for good. It could take 2 days, 3 days, but if you fight that anxiety, you get spat out further into the sea.
Yeah.
So if you ride it, eventually you'll land on that sort of beach and you'll calm. It could take a week, it could take an hour, it could take a month, it could take 6 months. You don't know, but just don't fight it. Just accept it. It's anxiety. And then the second one, you got this. We said, got this little like, go all the what if I go here, what if I go there, what if that happens, what if all the what ifs, and they're going to say this, you got to just kind of accept it again. It's a bit like the wave thing. Just accept that you're going to have people who are going to say things or look at you, but they're not looking at you, but you think they're looking at you.
Yeah.
You get that when you're like, I can't go to Asda because people are looking at me. Like, no.
Yeah.
Your mind just plays tricks on you. It's a mad thing. Yeah. And then the third one is something like you have this little anxiety monster that sits on your shoulder, and it just says you're a dick, or no, they're looking at you, or come on now. And so I've got I tattooed myself. I don't know if you see a little anxiety monster on my thumb.
Oh,
just put it there.
I thought it was a dick.
Basically, I call him a dick. If I do feel a bit anxious or whatever, I do go, well, you're a dick. What are you doing to me? It's your fault.
Yeah.
I don't blame myself for it. I blame him. It's really bizarre. But when I look at him, I go, so I kind of blame something else. And I try and tell my clients this: you blame something else. It's not your fault. It's your brain. It's this little piece of shit that's in your head going, you're this, that, and the other. And then when you do sort of settle on that beach after the anxiety, it says the 4th step is to reflect. And what is as bad as you thought it was when you first started? And 99% of the time, it's not.
No, it never is.
And that's kind of just the cycle of anxiety, really, sometimes, is to go ride it, and then when you get to the end, just look back and go, yeah, actually, I don't have to worry too much. I mean, like today, before this, I was breaking myself coming on here, to be fair. But no, I hope I'm doing all right. So,
Yeah. Well, that's my one, which you tattooed on me. So the monkey is my chimp, yeah?
Are you chimp? You're in a chimp?
Yeah, my chimp.
Yeah. Yeah, you get you into the sleep now.
Yeah, I know. I keep. I set the terror. I haven't been up for a long time, have I? It's been because I was checking at the dates. Because the one tattoo I got it dated as, and it was actually 2017. The date was because that was the date that I did the video. And then what makes me laugh is when I look on Facebook, because I post all the time when I'm at different gigs, you can see the evolution of my tattoo through all the different gigs that I've gone to as well. It's just sort of like come down my sleeve because it started with that little one there and then it just grew, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be done. So when do you think you'll be opening then? Are you actually working now in your current premises?
I'm still in the old shop, the current premises, and I can't and won't work in the new one, even though I'm ready to go. Until health and safety or environmental health or whatever they call come in and go, yes, tick it off, I'm ready to go. So I paid that last week, so I just got to wait now. It says 28 days, so what's that? One week's gone, so within 3 weeks of now, fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's a month basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Yeah, so fingers crossed we'll all be good to go.
And you've sectioned it off so you can keep work separate from your private life as well. Have you done that? Yeah.
I've got a big bolt to my door, so there's literally one side is my living quarters, and then there's nothing that can come through into the tattoo studio. It's all sectioned off, and as you can see, there's all like white walls behind me, and floors all done, everything. So yeah, I'm buzzing. I just want to get going. If I'm honest. Everyone's asking me every time they come into the shop, "Are you over there yet?" I'm like, "No, I've got to wait." It doesn't matter. You know, I've got to follow all the rules, and I will follow them. So.
No, you always do make fair play. Put me at ease when I had my early tattoos with you, so because I was obviously a newbie to it, wasn't I?
Yeah, well, you're not now. You got.
I know. That's what I said. It's, even that one there on my elbow, I fell asleep when you were doing that one, didn't I?
I do tell people, like, this one guy fell asleep when I did his elbow. They're like, "No, shut up." Like, yeah. Some people, honestly, random people coming in. Some are fine, some are not. Some are obviously anxious. I've had one person throw up before their very first tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Not like all over the place, but they just felt a little bit, said to run to the toilet and just do a little bit into there. That was how anxious. And it is like you said, you just got to calm them down and just go, "You're fine, don't worry, there's no pressure, no rush. If you want me to stop, you just tell me, take 5 minutes, it's fine." And they shouldn't. I don't know. I just don't like those tattooists who just go, "No, sit down, man up, and get on with it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
everybody's different, don't they? They all got different pain thresholds, and like you said, they're all battling with different anxieties and nerves and whatever in there. So I'm the same. I hate going to the dentist, and my dentist is lovely, but the minute I sit in the chair and grab it hold of it, and that's just for a checkup. Do you know what I mean? Before he does anything else, how daft is that? But that's kind of like how we are, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not to worry. That's not. So you're on about you want to do your own podcast then, from the chair, and share some stories and stuff.
Yep.
Pretty good. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen any. I've had a look. Seen anybody that's doing anything like that here from a tattoo chair? So I think it'd be a very unique show, that one.
Yeah, I just want to, because I said I'm in a privileged position where, like you said, it's very intimate. It's very sort of one-on-one. Sometimes I'll have two. I'll get like the best friend or a husband or a wife or a mum or grandmother. I've had loads of people come in.
I wouldn't admit to having a grandmother in your threesome.
Oh, God. It's quite intimate sort of thing to do. So it's people share a lot of stuff. It's been, I don't know. It's been like when you go. Well, I probably don't know. I don't go to the barbers too much, but you spend all the women go there for their haircut and all that, and they talk, or you go anywhere nice this holiday and this. So, but I get a little bit more in depth sometimes, and like I said, people share. About their exes, about loved ones who've died, about their anxieties, their depression, or work, or what's going on in the pandemic, just everything. And it's I don't watch the news because I don't have to watch the news. It all comes into the shop. People go, "Oh, have you heard this about Ukraine? Have you heard this about Boris Johnson and this, that, and the other, about Mark Drakeford?" And it's like they tell me, and I go, "Oh, okay." So I never have to watch the news, and that's actually been the best thing for me, because I suffered with the depression because of watching the news, basically, as well. Recently, it was like, "Oh, is this pandemic going to end? This Ukrainian thing?" And I just cut the news. As soon as I've done that, it's been a lot better for me. I don't know how you guys feel with things like that, but
I never watch the news.
I try not to.
I never ever switch it on. It's very rare. I did watch it over the pandemic, like the missus would put on the Drakeford thing to see, just to understand what the rules were for lockdown every couple of months, wasn't it? And was I likely to get back into work because I was furloughed for a while? Was I going to start getting back into the office and all that? So But apart from that, yeah, it's like with the Ukrainian thing. I've not read anything on it. I don't really know what's going on. I'm
No.
quite ignorant to it all, to be honest. So I'm in my own little world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the same as me basically. I only didn't work for 9 months or something through the whole pandemic. So it was bonkers, and I didn't see my fiance for 3.5 months.
A long time, man.
She lives over in England, over just past Weston by Burnham-on-Sea.
Okay.
So it's 3.5 months of not seeing somebody when you used to see them every week. That was the hardest part for me.
Has that brought you any closer together?
Oh yeah, well I proposed when the first lockdown lifted. We went to our first date area, walked her up this massive hill in Tumbalam. You know Tumbalam?
Yeah, I know Tumbalam.
Walked to the top of that, the little nipple as you're driving over.
Yeah.
As we're walking up there, the sunset was coming down, and there's this young family coming up behind us, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm like trying to drag her up this hill. Come on, let's get up this hill before the sunset. Come on, it's lovely. So, all right, I'm coming. So get up the top of this hill, and this young family, bless his little kid, bless him with his swords out. And I'm there going, piss off. And he was a lovely kid, bro. I was like, I want to propose, go away, I want it to be to ourselves. And obviously, when the family went, I then got down on one knee and proposed, and she's like, oh, I was wondering why you're grumpy. You're never grumpy. I was like, I just wish that family would bugger off. I was like, bless them, they're a lovely kid, like, and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, I proposed then, literally, that, when we sort of got out of lockdown and stuff, and she'd come over, and yeah, so.
All right.
Nice.
Congratulations.
So, stag weekend to Blackpool or what?
I'm not going back to Blackpool ever again. I'm
get
scarred.
The boys, get the finger blaster back. Get the Jew.
I'm scarred.
Dilf. We'll get all the boys back together.
Oh, mate, I'm scarred from that weekend. Jesus. But we were the last to bed, though, every night. Remember the youngsters were going, oh, we're going to drink you on the table. We're going to be in bed, blah, blah. We'll put you to bed before us. We were coming in at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. They were in bed by 12.
I know.
So they all talk good talk.
That's how it normally goes, though, isn't it?
Oh, I got lost on the way back, didn't we? Once or twice. Oh, down here, and I was down that road. Oh, God. That was good. That was a good weekend.
It was a very good weekend, yeah. Yeah, it was good fun, that was.
So I've even got clients. When am I coming on these stag do? Can I come on these? I'm like, for God's sake. Yeah, everyone's going, and I'm like, I just don't know if I want one. I'm too old. Can't drink anymore.
You got to do it. You got to do it. How old was I? I was 45.
I've got 3 years left then.
Yeah, I was 45. So you plenty of time, yeah.
I'll be fucking 60 by the time I get around mine.
Blackpool it is. That's what you got to do. Breakfast, drinking games, teabagging, and push-ups and sit-ups, and God knows what else was going on. Shocking.
Did we have little army men?
Yeah.
We had to pose in the position our army men were in or whatever, on the floor. And yeah. That was good.
Yeah, it was all good fun. It's got to be done, but got to do it.
Honestly, mate, I can't drink anymore. I'm a lightweight now.
Lightweight.
All right. You've been because you've been running a lot now, isn't? You're back into your marathons and your ultra marathons and stuff.
Ultra marathons, yeah. I've got one coming up I've got a half marathon in 2 weeks, and I've got a ultra marathon in about 6 weeks. I've got a 30 miler down in Gloucester, or up in Gloucester. Is it up? Yeah, across anyway.
Yeah.
But the big one, the main one I want to do is in August, where I'm running around the island of Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 50 miles all the way around, self-navigating, self-funding sort of thing. So you got to take yourself, and there's obviously checkpoints where they give you water and food, and then off you go. But my parents are from Jersey, so I'm going to be dropping off some ashes as I go along as well. So
nice.
So there you go, Dad. This and the other, find all the places where he went, and that was my childhood. I was up there every summer, every Christmas. So my mum put me on a plane can't do it now. At the age of 5, I was put on a plane on my own, flew over the other side, and then my nan would pick me up the other side.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that now.
No.
Well, you're not 5 anymore, are you?
I wish I was 5 sometimes. I don't know, mind kids these days, though, the internet and Facebook, and it's horrible.
That's rubbish, isn't it?
It's horrible.
But if you do a lot of running, do you know my brother?
I don't know.
Roger
I
Mills.
think I've heard the name.
He was running for it was a Fairwater Runners, wasn't he,
Yeah,
Rog?
Fairwater,
And then he started running for the vegan runners.
I'm vegan.
Yeah. But he's moved to Cardiff now, so I don't know. But he's into all
he's
those
only moved
ultra
to Cardiff
marathons
like
and
last
stuff.
year, didn't he?
Yeah.
I did do an ultra marathon. I did 2 ultra marathons last year. So I ran, like I said, 3 days after my dad's funeral, ran Brecon to Cardiff, which is 40 miles. That was a good one. Emotional. And then I did 50 mile around the Gower. Got lost 4 times, so actually it was 54 miles. I'm up at this top of this cliff, and I'm looking down, going, there's lights down there. And I'm like, oh, backtrack and go back. Oh, it's a nightmare. But I loved it. It was brilliant. Probably the best one I've done in 54 miles.
Plus, he's covered in tattoos, so I thought you might have known him, like.
No, I'll keep an eye out though. I'll keep an eye on the starting list. You get on the starting list before you start any big races and stuff. So
yeah, he did he went for a run the other day. Actually, he posted up on his Facebook. He hadn't been. I don't think he'd been for a run for ages, to be honest. And he went for a run, and then he went for a swim after as well. So.
Oh yeah, he got into that open water swimming, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't.
Which we argued about because you said it was wild water or something or whatever. But
free swimming, isn't it?
Open water? Nah, it's free diving.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
You have to pay for it.
All I know is he runs forever, and now he started swimming forever as well.
Yeah, he's meant like same age as me he is, but and he took up running. Well, no, it was like 10 years ago, wasn't he? He was
maybe a bit longer, but
yeah. But he's done the one where you've got like the rucksack on, and you camp halfway through it as well. Oh, so nice. It's like 100-mile thing he had to do in 24 hours or something like that, wasn't it? That was the biggest one.
He's run the full length of Wales, hasn't he?
What, straight down the middle or around the outside?
I don't know. It was about 100 mile, I think.
Biggest Dragon's Back, which is down the middle, is 246 miles. It's something you run from Snowdon and all the mountain tops all the way down to Barry, I think you finish in. So that ends.
I don't know. I know he's done one of them because he had to have a GPS tracker.
That's my target. I'd love to do 100. I did 86 once in 24 hours. I'd love to do 100, but I don't know. My body was aching after the 40 and 50s. So
he's done a couple of hundreds, hasn't he?
Mm. You just got to get into it, haven't you? You just train yourself up. That's all that.
Just finding time, we're working and then fit in the missus and fit in, running and the kids.
Or run over to see her rather than driving.
See you next week, love.
Say I'll be over tomorrow. I'm on my way.
Saturday, I'll see you on Monday. Yeah.
And when I get there, put the kettle on because I've got to turn straight around and come back again.
Go work.
Are you looking to? Because obviously you're putting your shop in your house now. Are you looking to get it to move closer, or you move closer, or are you thinking of doing anything like that? I know it's getting a bit personal, but you're in my chair now, so.
You're not poking me though, are you? We have spoken about it. Actually, on the weekend we just come back from now, so we don't know as yet sort of logistics of it. Obviously, because the tattoo shop's gonna be in the house, and obviously I've got my kids, and she hasn't. Her house is quite small with her kids, so I might move down there for a couple of days and then come back here with my kids. You know what I mean? So I'll be transitioning in between the two. So we'll live together for like 3 days. I'll not move in, but I'll stay down there for 3 or 4 days. Come back here for 3 or 4 days, vice versa, whichever week it works, and just do it like that for now and just see. Who knows? If I'm honest, who knows what's gonna happen in the future? I don't know.
It's obviously working, mate, isn't it? Whatever it is, so it's good.
I mean, when they say the absence makes the heart grow fond or whatever, and honestly it does through the week. I hate Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't have anybody. Not that I don't have anybody, obviously. There's nobody in my house.
Not them grannies again.
There's nobody in my house, should we say. I don't see my daughter, my kids like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So
very good.
My phone just went off. Somebody wants to book in for a tattoo. Go away.
Oh, see, I don't know. I don't know. What sort of questions do you ask tattoo artists, Dave?
Well, I just get people just asking me how much for this, and then I think the questions I don't like are how much for this, or how much for a sleeve is one. That pees me off.
Because that's impossible. It's impossible to answer, isn't it? What do you want?
Thank you.
Do you want just like one black arm, or do you want loads of detail on it? Don't I?
Yeah. So it depends on what you want. Right, detail, portraits, or blackout. Polynesian. Everything's it's ambiguous really. And then they go, how much for this? And I usually go, right, how big? Depends on size, details, blah, blah, blah. Where do you want it? And they usually go, there. You know, and it's like they put they get a line around where they want it. And I'm like, well, give me size in inches and, pictures and references. And then, so, yeah, that's kind of and then those are kind of the annoying questions. So,
Is there any way you won't tattoo?
yeah, I won't do lady bits.
Okay.
I won't do down there, and I won't do around there on female, obviously because it's me being a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I generally won't do the face. I've not done a face tattoo unless you're properly inked up. Your neck's done, your hand's done, everything's done. I'm like, okay, fair enough. We'll probably go on to there.
Yeah.
But I won't do. Or just put a little tear here, or put a little thing across there. Or I won't do it unless you're properly inked. That's just my own. There are tattooists who'll do it, and that's fine. That's up to them. That's
of course.
You know, like this tattooist around here won't tattoo hands or fingers, but I will. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think Jinx wouldn't do hands, would he?
Don't know.
I don't think so. I think he's stopped now, but
yeah, I'm sure he's closed because he had a parlour just opposite me in Maindy Shops. Jinx.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a crow with his back, and he's got spinal flobby blah 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 blah.
Oh dear, it's not good, is it?
He's in one of them little wheelie things now, like Cartman. Yeah.
It's not good.
So yeah,
2 years older than 2 years older than me. That's all. Same age as Roy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the same age as Roy. Yeah.
Shocking. That's not good, is it?
How can you ensure clients don't get allergic reactions to ink?
Yeah, just ask them. You get a consent form, and all my inks. I do have all vegan inks now because I'm plant-based. I don't like to say vegan because there's some horrible militant vegans out there who are like, I think I watched this documentary, and this woman was at a sheep farm, and this farmer turned up and went, "Oh, do you want to feel the wool?" And she was like, "Oh no, how dare you take the wool off the sheep?" And he explained to her and said, "Well, if we don't shave them, maggots grow into them and kill them from the inside." He's like, "We've got to do it." I was like, "Oh, they're going to get cold." He went, "We shave them in the summer, so they're not going to get cold." And she was just like, "Oh, well, I don't think they never asked for it." I'm like, "How can you?" There are certain things. So I like to say I'm plant-based because as soon as I say vegan, people go, "Oh, back off," sort of thing. And I'm not one of these. I mean, I just don't want animal products in my body. That's basically it. So I'm plant-based.
Okay.
So all my inks are plant-based. You do have to ask them to check, if there are any allergens, the epileptic, diabetics, all the sheets and stuff like that we get them to fill out. And pregnant, that's another one. No, like tattoo. People always ask me, tattoo and be pregnant, and the answer is no. But I hear people, it doesn't matter. I was like, well, if something went wrong, could it be from the tattoo or not? So
yeah.
Should they err on the side of caution? I always do anyway, so it's always a no and stuff. So
yeah,
there's forms and regulations that they got to do. So
I don't know. You would think they wouldn't want to be tattooed while they're pregnant, would you? They've been pricked enough.
They've been enough pain as well.
What about like cover-ups and stuff? Do you cover other people's work?
I have had done quite a lot of cover-ups. I do enjoy cover-ups.
Yeah.
I had one person, a couple of people actually, but one sticks out to me. She's a lovely, lovely woman. She come to me with a horrible mess on her arm, and she went, "Can you cover this up? I've been to loads of tattooists, nobody's wanted to touch it." And I went, "Well, yeah, I can sort that out. Do some freehand." I think I did like a peacock feather through the middle with some like poppies or roses or something like that to help cover all the mess up. And we sat there for a good 2-3 hours or whatever long it took. And at the end of it, she was crying. And I was like, "Oh, what have I done? Have I done something wrong?" And she was like, No, I love it. It's amazing. It's gone." And that's kind of what I like as well. Like when people go, "Oh my God, I can't see it. It's gone." Yeah. I don't like the obvious cover-ups where it's just blackout.
Yeah.
So it's kind of using it to blend what they have got into something they want and new. And yeah, so it's a skill. It is a skill to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Some of them I can't do. I had one person, I think he had a black sign down his arm or something. I mean, can you put what's the thing, like an egg timer thing down the arm?
Yeah.
No, because it's too light to cover it. "Oh well, you can do it." I was like, "No, it won't work," and he walked off. I was like, sometimes you got to just say no. It can't be done what you want.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go find something else. I was like, that's fine. Go.
Yeah. Yeah. What about if if they've got something dark, and then they could get like maybe a couple of sessions of tattoo removal, and then that heal, and then tattoo back, or is the skin a bit knackered after they've done that? Is it still okay to tattoo afterwards?
It's painful. It is
Mm.
painful. Sometimes I might say, right, let me have a look, see if I can do something with it before you get the laser removal, because that hurts more than a tattoo, I feel. I've never had laser removal, so I can't comment. I say 70% of the time, maybe 80% of the time I could do something with it. But I have tattooed somebody recently, actually, he comes from Bristol, and he had a bulldog on his arm up here, and he had a few laser removal sessions, and we've covered it up now, and he said, yeah, that was fine. So the skin does change a little bit. It is scarring. They do blend the skin. So it is different, but then I've tattooed over scars. I've tattooed over self-harm scars, which has been quite good. Obviously they're quite embarrassed by what they did in their youth. So let's say when they come to like 20, 30 and onwards, that's still young to me, but they want that covered up. And yeah, so just to see them go, oh, I can actually wear t-shirts now instead of having to wear long jumpers in the summer.
Yeah.
So it's a confidence thing I've done on their legs, and yeah, so it's yeah, as I say, I'm privileged, and I do enjoy my job. I really do.
Yeah.
Good.
Going back to the sorry, I keep talking a lot now, but going back to the where wouldn't I tattoo? I have done, and I won't do it again, but I have done a man's penis before, but I won't ever do that one again. That was like when I was first starting out, and it was like, yeah, go on. No, I'm not doing it again. He wasn't.
Yeah. You said he was all right with it though, but when I come up for it, so
What's that?
I said you said to me you were all right about it.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, I don't want to touch it. Like from a distance, just yeah, no, never doing that again.
Did he get a lob on?
No, it's quite flaccid. He held it himself, and just yeah.
I can't. I would imagine. I don't think I'd fall asleep when you were doing that.
Oh, I was on nightmares for ages. Oh, it was horrible. But kind of what you do when you first start out. You try different tattoos, different places, and yeah. But I would never do lady parts. Obviously, being a male tattooist, I don't want any. It's about being professional.
Yeah. You never know what's going to come around the corner, really, do you?
Yeah.
Me Too stuff.
Yeah, I'm quite trusting, but at the same time, I've got to be careful and mindful of myself and my profession and my business, basically, and my livelihood. So, one bad word and that could be it.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, coolio. Anything you want to ask us about podcasting? And the man, to my left-hand side, I don't know what side he is on yours, but he's the man with all the answers who does all the magic.
Just interested, obviously, with all the stories I can come on within my tattoo world, and obviously checking with other people, what kind of equipment, because that's all I did was text Dave, Dave, what do I do? I see you're doing really well on your podcast, and just come on my podcast and ask I was like, oh, okay, fine. So I was like, yeah, okay, here I am. What's equipment would I need? Obviously, if I set up the studio, like a microphone on each person, or do they just do it like on my tablet, or?
Yeah, it's a bit difficult, really, isn't it? Because you're in a tattoo studio, everything's got to be sanitary, also.
Yeah.
So I would probably get like a boom mic, on a boom stand just over the top of you. Obviously, it's got to be wrapped.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wrap it. You might have to wrap it every time you get a new customer. That's going to be a bit of a nightmare.
I do that all the time. Every customer comes in, everything gets cleaned and rewrapped.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But do you really want to be doing that with a boom stand, a mic stand?
It's another 2 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah, I suppose.
It depends. I might only have like a 30-minute tattoo, so I'm not going to be doing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I generally don't know.
Yeah. And then obviously you need recording equipment, so it's going to have to go through your laptop.
Right.
So, I mean, you can get a decent USB mic, to be honest.
On the USB and then put that into the computer afterwards.
Yeah. No, the USB, it just plugs into a USB port on your computer.
Right.
The microphone does.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's just plug and play.
I think just record it straight through your laptop.
Yeah, then you can just record it.
Yeah. Can I do it on the tablet?
Probably wouldn't be fast enough.
Oh, okay.
Probably want to do it on a laptop, to be honest. You probably want to buy a decent laptop if you haven't got one.
Okay.
Maybe a Mac if you've got a MacBook or whatever.
I'm not an Apple man. I'm an Android. I am. Can't do Apple. What's all that rubbish? Apple's rubbish.
Apple's. I tell you what, you could probably record a podcast on a fucking iPhone.
The quality of the iPhone
Yeah, you could.
is absolutely awesome. The amount of people we interview are just on an iPhone, and for the first few podcasts, that's what I was using because my laptop I had was absolute pants and slow, and then I stole this one off my daughter. But I just used to use my iPhone 8, and it was good quality, innit? Really good quality on
Amazing,
it.
really.
Yeah.
Probably way better than the Samsung, to be honest.
I want my Samsung. Leave my Samsung alone.
Well, I got two. I got a Note 9 and another one, but it's like I wouldn't want to record a podcast on it, to be honest.
Right. So
I've got an iPhone as well, but that's crap. But the quality for those sort of things is a bit night and day, I think.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you basically just need a mic and because if you obviously, also you've got the interference then from the tattoo machine.
It's not allowed these days. They're not like they're not doing any of that anymore. I've got a pen with a battery in the pack, and it's really quite quiet.
What do you use?
I didn't even know what it's like. It's just a tattoo pen. I don't even know the name of it at the moment, off the top of my head. But I've just been using it for equalizer, I think it's called.
Oh, right.
And it's really, really quiet.
Yeah.
It's not one of these ones that got the motor on it and stuff. So it's quite nice.
So you're not old school then?
No, I'm not old school. I don't even have a pedal anymore. I've got a literally start thing at the top and off I go.
Is it really?
Yeah, and the needles just pop in, pop out. That's it. Nice and clean.
Yeah.
Don't even make my own needles.
Yeah, you don't need to make your own needles, but you get them in them little cartridges.
Yeah, that's what I use. Yeah, a cartridge pen.
Yeah.
Off they go, put them in, put them out, and so it's like I said, it's nice and clean and nice and easy to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, that's okay then. Yeah, really just need like a boom, a stand, a mic, and a laptop, really.
Is that it? I thought I'd need like lots of different things, and then you see people. I mean, some of these podcasts have got this mesh in front of the microphone, and then you got headphones.
Yeah, that's just a hiss.
I don't be wearing all that.
I bought one. I haven't used it today because it's not been working that well lately. But I paid about 20 quid, 30 quid from Amazon, and it was alright for a little bit. But that had the mesh on it and everything, didn't it? But
that's why.
I think, but I think the sound
is very good.
Yeah, I think the sound is better just coming through. I'm just talking through the laptop.
Yeah.
So and then it's just a recording package then, whatever you use for that, isn't it?
Yeah. What recording package do you use, or
just go with? I just start with Anchor because Anchor's free.
Right. Okay.
And because you don't want to go jump into some podcasting stuff that you got to pay 20 quid a month for, get signed up, and you're not going to use it, because you might do it a couple of times and then just it might fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So start with Anchor. It's called Anchor FM, ANCHOR, and it's free. And to be honest, we still use Anchor because it's just free, and we never got around to changing it.
Yeah.
So anybody that wants advice for podcasting start, I always refer them to Anchor just because it's a free platform. Podcasting is not for everybody. After a few times, you might think, Plus, if you notice you're not getting many listeners or whatever, and then you think, it's not really worth it.
Yeah.
You go down all different sorts of avenues of getting lost in your mind, I suppose. Because it's all about, because at the end of the day, you're traveling down the same path as likes and, views and who's liking this and who's watching this. But don't get sucked into it.
No, you've got to forget about that, haven't you? You got to forget about that and just do it because you're enjoying doing it. And don't worry about, because the viewers will come on their own anyway. So, as soon as you start releasing stuff, the viewers will come, the listeners, So, we did get into that, didn't we? To start with, you'd be like, I've only had so many
views.
watches or whatever. I think that's one of our best ones. But we've had different guests on, and people seem to gravitate to different guests. I wouldn't worry about that either. It's just kind of like who's in, who's out at that time. Do you know what I mean? Or what topics are in or out. So I think part of what you've been doing lately, Tara, is where you try and like tag certain stuff onto the posts as well to try and get engagement with people. So you might be doing things, and it might be like mental health or depression, tattoo, and try and sort of like build some clever, crafty taglines around it. So that's to try and pull the people in.
So is it just on YouTube you post yours, or is there are you on Spotify and?
Yeah, it's all over the place. That's the thing with if you post it on Anchor.
Right.
I mean, to post it on YouTube, it's a completely different entity, obviously, because we do video as well.
Yeah.
But if you post it on Anchor, it sets everything up for you, and then it goes to iTunes, it goes to Google Podcasts, it goes to Spotify, it goes pretty much everywhere, to be honest.
What is it? I didn't realize if you had to pay or if you were like.
No, with Anchor, everything's free. So
that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple, to be honest. So, but you can also.
He tells me it's really hard work. That's what he's been telling me for 12 months.
You spend 4 hours a night doing all this.
Yeah, I do. Editing, I do. But what was I going to say? With Anchor, you can put music into it and everything as well now.
Do you have to pay licenses for the music in the background or anything like that? Or?
No, because it's actually owned, or they own Spotify, or Spotify owns them.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's a Spotify-owned platform. So when you set up your account, it gives you an option of putting music and stuff in. And as long as that music's on Spotify, you can add it into your podcast.
Oh, wow.
I do things a little bit differently because we've got a radio show, but if you want to go just the Anchor route, then you can do it all through Anchor, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't use any of it for editing or anything because it's not worth my while.
I was going to ask, how long do you take editing, or do you have to edit anything?
I do. We never used to edit anything, and then I started adding stuff in to make my videos, or make our videos more entertaining, to be honest. So I put like pictures in, pop-ups in, music videos in. But I'm going to have to start leaning away from that again, to be honest, because we're approaching so many subscribers on our YouTube channel. And if you've got copyrighted music in your channel, it doesn't matter on Anchor, but if you've got copyrighted music on your channel on YouTube, then obviously you can't get monetized.
Right.
And our end goal really is to have enough subscribers that we can get monetized. So we can't add music videos in and be monetized unless we can get delisted by the music or the record companies. But I can't see that happening anytime soon.
So you do interview a lot of, is it nearly everybody been sort of in the music industry you've interviewed, or?
Well, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people.
A lot of them, yeah.
So that's a bit odd that you can this is your new album, or you do sing. Could you do that way in the YouTube, or is that a no?
We can do it, but then the artist has to go to the record company or the distribution company, and then we have to get whitelisted, and it's just it's a bit of a drawn out process, to be honest.
Okay.
And then by the time we get whitelisted, it could be 3 months down the line, and then
your video's gone live, and it's like,
it's a waste of time.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to just I'm just gonna have to go back to basics, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see how people like it, Dave.
Certainly.
Yeah. Bit daunting.
How did you get? I think it was your first ever one, like Right Set Fred or something like that.
When they were one of the earliest ones.
They were one of the early ones, yeah.
How did you get all these people?
Well, I to be honest, I just contacted them on Twitter.
You got the balls to go, we're just going to ask them, and if they say yes, brilliant. If they say no, then was that?
Yeah, well, I've messed around in music management and stuff before.
Oh, have you?
And so I mean, we've had this conversation as well, but to me, people are just people.
Yeah,
we're all the same, It doesn't matter if you drive a Ferrari or whatever. I mean, it's only a car. You know what I mean? We're all the same. We just because you say you're Rod Stewart, for example, doesn't mean that I'm not good enough to talk to Rod Stewart. You know what I mean? Rod Stewart might think he's too good to talk to me, but I don't. I definitely don't think that I'm beneath Rod Stewart in any way, shape, or form. All he is a fucking singer at the end of the day. You know, who's made it very big by being very lucky, by being in the right place at the right time, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're just all people, and we all live and breathe, and we all bleed, and we all eat and drink, but you know.
Whereas I am a proper fanboy all the time and get really excited.
Yeah, I do get excited. You know, some people I get excited about, but it's not. I'm not really in awe of anybody, if you like.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think, with my tattoo suit, when you said everyone's the same when they walk in, I treat everybody the same. I don't care who you are, what you do, where you come from. I have, like I said, a lot of LGBTQ people that come that come in, and I just chat to them. I got like trans man, trans woman, lesbian, gay, non-binary, because I don't know much about it. I'm always honest with them. I don't know much, so I just go, just explain this. What's this? How does this happen? When you go into the transition, or what's non-binary mean? And even now, I'm to ask them, because it's still all new to me. I've got young kids and stuff like that, and they're questioning their sexuality and stuff like that. And so, as a dad, I want to know so I can help them the best I can. And obviously, you can Google it, but to me, it's better coming from real people.
Yeah. We had India Willoughby on, didn't we?
We did.
Who I can't
he doesn't
remember
know who India Willoughby is because he doesn't watch the news.
Yeah, she'd been on. She was a news broadcaster, and hadn't she been on? Or she'd been on Loose Women as well.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. So and she was obviously she was born as a boy, in a boy's body, but realised at a very young age that actually she was a woman, and went through the operation and everything. And she was talking about the bullying and stuff because of the career that she had, and she was in the public eye and everything. And it was a real interesting conversation with her. You know what I mean? It was really good, actually, wasn't it? And I really enjoyed it, but I really felt her pain as well, that what she'd gone through all these years and everything. Yeah, it was good, really, really good, actually. And I saw her the other day being interviewed. I'll tell you, I was thinking, oh my God, it's India.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I
don't really know enough about it. Do you know what I mean? So
I got a trans man, so woman to man, and they came in, and you know what? I didn't know they were transitioned or transitioning. They were going 7 years, I think the process was they were at the time, and they were just talking. As lads, and just chatting about women and this and the other. He's I like this. And then he went, do you know I'm trans? I went, shut up. And they showed me a picture of what they were at the start. And I was like, that is two different people.
Yeah.
They were just, amazing. And they're so open with it and just talking. And, I was just going, so what you do, what process and this, that and the other. And, like I said, it's quite interesting. My eldest right now is actually, they want the transition at the moment, so I'm trying to find out as much as I can. So, because they want to go from a boy to a woman, so it's quite a big thing for them.
Yeah.
So to come out and tell me and stuff. So,
how old is he?
She. They are.
Is she? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're going from boy to girl, so you kind of got to help them transition in the sort of in the person they want to be. So
But I mean, how old?
They're 17.
Oh, okay.
17, so it's kind of like, okay, it might, I don't know, I might get a lot of backlash from it. I think there's got to be a certain age. It's a bit like, you can't vote until you're 18, drive at 17, surely. I don't know. It's a very grey area. You get a lot of people knowing, like you said, the India woman knew from a very, very young age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't actually transition until she was a lot older. Older. So, she'd had a career and everything, and then transitioned after that. So,
well, she was living a double life, wasn't she?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
She'd go like working in the week as the boy, and then on the weekend she would go wherever because she had like maybe another apartment or whatever in London or something, and she'd live her life as a girl.
To her family. So her family didn't know that she was living that double life for a long time
Yeah.
either.
Family thought that they were a boy the whole time until.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
you know, she had to have that conversation with the family then and pluck up the courage to have that conversation. So, me, there's a Louis Theroux documentary,
Yeah.
and it's called Trans Kids, and
Yeah.
that's a really interesting. I don't know, have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's a really interesting watch because he's trying to understand it from the perspective of the child and then also from the parent as well. And then he's talking to the professionals. And basically, the professionals in America are saying if they can do it at a younger age is better because they can give them puberty blockers and things like that. So it's much easier. So if you move transitioning from a boy to a girl, and then you start going through puberty, as a boy you develop bigger and you get muscles and hair in different places and stuff. And they said it's far more difficult to do it as they're getting older. So, but then, you know, as a youngster, do you really understand what you are in yourself as well? It's a really difficult situation.
It's kind of where my head's at. I just don't understand enough about it to go, you've got to be 18 before you can. But then obviously, as you said, the younger, it's easier, and it's
it's really difficult. It's really difficult, and like I wouldn't know where. I wouldn't know where to stand on it. Do you know what I mean? Because you know when I was watching it, there was kids of 4, 5, right up until maybe 18, 19 that were going through it. And you know, Louis was interviewing them, and like there was one little boy, and he was a girl when he was with his mum, but then he was a boy when he was with his dad because his dad wouldn't accept the fact that he was really a girl. So, you know, he definitely had two separate lives because when he was with his two different parents because they divorced. And then there was another young boy, he just liked dressing up in girls' clothes. And then so Louis was saying, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to be a man or a woman? And he was like, oh, I want to be a man. And he said, yeah, but you're dressing up in ladies' clothes now. And the parents were like discussing, you know, do we need to, do we give them the puberty blockers and things like that as well? And I think because sometimes children are so confused in their own mind as well, like you said, I don't know whether there should be an age or not. It's a really difficult one, really difficult one.
Yeah. That's why we're not politicians or doctors or anything like that.
Yeah,
so
but the politicians and the right guys to make those sort of decisions either, are they? I think it's obviously going to come down for an individual case by case, I think, and you need psychologists, you need doctors speaking to those individuals to really understand kind of like where they are. Do you know what I mean? But it's tough. It is tough, isn't it? Because you know, if you believe you know you're in the wrong body, for me that can't be anything worse than that. You know, so you know it's fair play.
I've been in the wrong body all my life. I was supposed to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I look like fucking Danny DeVito instead. Fucking midget.
I think you know these topics are you know this sort of stuff on a podcast I think is good because sometimes people are too afraid to talk about it. You know, even mental health. You know what I was like with mental health, and I didn't want to talk about it, and you know I'd opened up to you a lot. I'll be honest, you know, because you know for 4 hours tattooing and stuff, and we were just chatting about you know what was going on at the time, but for me, I didn't want to open up because I was in a manager's role. I didn't feel I was allowed to have mental health issues because I had to manage a team and it would show weakness and stuff. Do you know what I mean? What nonsense is that? But that was the way that my head was at the time. Do you know what I mean? So yes, I think it'll be good, mate. I think it'll be good. Just need to try and understand the logistics of how you could set it up, really.
Maybe I'm coming over in a couple of weeks, so I'll pop up and see you.
Yeah, you can see the studio. You can see a little bit behind me. So you're actually privileged. This is kind of my studio at the moment, the new one to be. So you know, this is what it looks like at the moment.
Get him in the chair as well. Get some ink in him. That's what you want to do.
I want my
full
face
of-
tattooed.
You're tattooed up all your one side anyway, you know.
Tattooed all over.
Yeah.
Both sides, on my chest, on the back, and my legs. So.
So you'll have to find a spot. It'll have to be his face.
Yeah.
I got
Or if you could do his penis, but you wouldn't be there very long.
No, I'd be all over in a minute. Well, not even that long.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be good, mate. I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you come across some interesting people as well, don't you, in your job as well, and there'd be different reasons as to why people want tattoos as well.
That's another avenue. It's like, it is amazing. Like, some people have random tattoos. Like, what is this tattoo? I mean, the most random one was they liked sloths, alpacas, and Star Wars. I was like, can you do a tattoo based on that? I was like, well, okay. So they did a sloth riding an alpaca holding a lightsaber like this off in the distance, sort of thing. I'm like, yeah, sort of thing. It was just like,
just Jabba the Hutt, innit?
It was just, it's random. Like, you know, you get the normal ones of a rose and a pocket watch for their loved one and stuff like that. But again, it's what people want and, you know, what people like. And I get random questions, and like a Star Wars ones. I'm not a big fan. They're like, oh, I've never seen Star Wars, so
yeah, nor me. David's a massive fan, so David, you're the odd one out today.
I know. I am a Jedi Knight. I mean, no, that's my religion.
More like Gladys Knight.
Actually, I can see myself getting that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to get your lightsaber there.
I know.
I thought you were going to get your lightsaber like that.
All right.
You're going to come in, go.
Yeah. See, the one area you'll be able to get into is religion as well, maybe, because people are afraid to touch on that sometimes, aren't they?
Yeah,
religion and politics.
I do talk about religion in a way that I'm an atheist. I believe in something.
Agnostic.
Don't believe in God, but I believe in something. So obviously, my nan's up there, my dad's up there. I mean, I did a run on the weekend. I ran up to the Folly, and I just put some ashes up there. So every time I go up there now, my dad's there, so I can go up and have a chat with him, or, you know, just tell him why did he leave us or whatever, you know, and we'll get some advice. But yeah, and then I'm not going to name names. I never name names anyway. But I had this one client, and they were lovely younger woman than me. She came in, she's like, I'm on my first tattoo. I was like, yeah, fine, no problem, come on in. And so I'd only had my first piercing like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, okay, you're in your 30s. Well, you know, obviously my oldest virgin is 80. No, she's 79.
Okay.
Then I had more tattoos. She had more tattoos at 80, and then 81. She ticked off her bucket list, sort of thing. And so this other woman who had her first ever tattoo, I was like, so why is this your first piercing? And she opened up and went, I was in a cult up until about 3 months ago. And I was like, what? A cult? Like, you know, like in America where they pray and so yeah. So she couldn't talk to men unless her husband was with her or boyfriend. She had to wear certain clothes. She couldn't watch TV. She'd read certain books and they would pray at certain times. It was like proper.
She's a fucking Muslim.
So I was like, where was this? I thought it was in America, or I thought it was like somewhere
in Newport.
Yeah, it was Newport.
Yeah.
No way.
Newport and Cardiff. I was like, is it that close? Like, all these cults are really close. Like, and,
yeah.
She said the biggest regret she's got is that she can't see her family now. But I did ask her, why did you leave? And she said, I was going to commit suicide. So I thought, I've got to leave. Or if I leave and commit suicide, I'd say at least I've tried. And now they've left, and they seem very happy. And obviously, some people like the cult, some people don't. So again, I'm quite open. I was quite interested to go, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that was another random one. She was quite interested. She was. So
yeah.
She wanted like her ashes of a pet put in, and I thought, okay, I can't do that. I never put ashes into a tattoo.
All right. In the actual ink.
Yeah, apparently you got to crush it up and make it into a paste and all that, but then your body could reject. There's a foreign object, foreign body going into it. So I'm like, I just would never do it. Plus you'll ruin my needles, and so that's one thing I probably wouldn't ever do. And obviously, man and lady bits I'll never do again.
Yeah.
So
God, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I have. I
loads
heard
of
of
people
that,
I've heard of that. I haven't heard of that.
yeah.
Loads of people have asked me. I'm like, I've looked into it, and it's too much work for what could potentially not work. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Very
Cool.
good. All right, we'll wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, hopefully it all works out for you, and we'll look forward to listening to one.
well, hopefully, yeah, I got to try and buy this not boom box. I'm gonna say boom box from the 80s. Boom box, boom mic. Yeah, have a look
Yeah,
at
it's just a mic stand and a.
Yeah, is there any differences in price? Obviously, you said 20 quid on Amazon didn't work too long, so.
No.
That was just a cheapie I bought for the
Get what
laptop.
you pay for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell you what, I live on there now, is have a look on Facebook Marketplace and see if there's any musicians or podcasters or people that are getting rid of equipment. You never know, you might pick some up cheap.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll have a look.
Yeah, worthwhile having a look, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or if they want a bit more, offer it to do them a tattoo and get them in your chair and have a crack. Make sure that make them your first customer.
And record them while you're doing it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, now we're out of COVID, I'll be coming up to. I want to finish off up there now.
Nice.
I have got an idea of what I want. I said that 3 years ago, didn't I? But I still have.
Exactly. COVID's put a lot on people. Like I got another friend. I think they said because of COVID, blah blah blah. This hasn't been finished, their back piece and stuff. So yeah, there's lots of people who've booked in and gone, oh, I missed it. So yeah, lots of people are booking in now. So which is good, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's good news. Yeah.
It's just like I got to plan my holidays and my breaks well in advance now. So
yeah,
but I'm not complaining. I can't complain. I'm quite privileged. I said I'm quite blessed on what I do, and I enjoy it. So
Very
good stuff.
All right.
Good.
All right. So I'm going to wrap it up, Dave.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to talk to you, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice to talk to you.
See you again.
Right, Dave, give me a message, right?
I will. Yeah. Don't worry.
We'll get Terry in the chair, and I'll be back up soon as well.
There we are.
All right. Ta-ra.
All right. Cheers, guys. Ta-ra.